Hello, hello, what's going on everyone? Team Rival here, back in front of the camera. Finals week coming up this week, but I'm taking a break from all the work and shit I have to do to make you guys a video. Yes, I know I am a saint, but with my my birthday this past week on Monday, I turned 21. Got pretty shit-faced, then got pretty shit-faced the next night. But yeah, I've just been doing schoolwork and everything. I'll make a pickups video of what I got for my birthday. Not that I like to do pickups videos and all that kind of shit. You kind of know how I feel about that. But, you know, I figure for birthday and Christmas, those are like the two big holidays where I get a lot of like cool presents. Might as well make a pickups video, so that'll come. Yeah, I want to wait because my friend is getting me a present, and he usually gets me something that's fucking dope, so gonna wait for that. But this point of this video is I'm going to build the perfect fighting game right in front of you. I haven't thought about this. I've thought about it a little bit, you know, here and there, but never too extensively. But what, for me, defines a perfect fighting game? And maybe you'll get an idea of, you know, the kind of fighters I enjoy and that kind of thing. It's not Super Street Fighter 4, so you can just throw that game right out the window, but okay. So I guess the most important thing is to start from the basics. First of all, I hate games where there's no dashing, you know, like forward dash where you tap and then you dash forward. No, I want to be running, dude, or like making up considerable distance between characters, because I hate in fucking fighting games when you can't get too close to the guy because he's sitting in the corner throwing Hadokens, and you try to like dash over there, and you can't because your character sucks and he's really slow, and he just jumps over to the other side and just keeps doing that shit. It's just not fun for me to play. I don't want to fight matches like that. Not that I can't beat them, because I do, but it's just like the most agonizing, like trying to defeat these people that I possibly can do. And with like, you know, running or like a considerable way of making up distance, like, you know, like an air dash or something like of that sort. It would be like, there'd be like a dodging mechanism like in King of Fighters where you can kind of roll behind them and get behind them that way, because that kind of gives you a way to, you can't always be so offensive because they can just roll right behind you and just pummel you from behind, so you kind of have to play, you know, guarding your back as well, which you don't do that in Super Street Fighter 4. Very little things will actually be used from Super Street Fighter 4, because I don't really enjoy that game too much in terms of the actual game mechanics. One thing I do want to keep is EX moves. Not that those originated in Super Street Fighter 4, but I think they were implemented very nicely in that game. So my game would have EX moves. There really wouldn't be too many fireball moves in my games, like Hadokens and shooting things out of your hands. There might be a few, but I think I like a game that's more of like actual physical, like Tekken style. Not Tekken style as in juggling, but just Tekken style, and that most of the moves are like actual like combat moves, and you have to get up close and wait for your right opportunity, and you like gotta space the guy. So not too many fireballs. But one thing I do want is fucking air juggles off the motherfucking chain. That is what I want. I want Melty Blood style, bouncing people off the wall, Fist of North style, punching them, hitting them, kicking them off the wall. Guilty Gear, just like absolute chaos going on at all times. My game is going to have very fluid motion if I was to make this game. It wouldn't be a slow-paced game. That's my problem with Super Street Fighter 4, is it's a slower-paced game that doesn't really fit in with my play style. I just don't feel comfortable playing that game because it's more about playing footsies and waiting for your opportunity to strike. No, I want the shit to be like Die Hard 7. I want to be going there, dude, like hitting them off the wall, kicking them, oh god, you know, and then going into the Super, but not like in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, where the whole game is predicated upon the fact that you have to get them and launch them in the air and switch guys in and out and keep the air battle going. No, I want this game to be played in such a way that if you want to go to the air, you can go to the air, but you will do just as fine if you stay on the ground. A game that accomplishes this pretty well is Melty Blood. I think you can take characters up in the air and just rape the shit out of them, but you can also play a good ground game as well. I do want a lot of characters that play differently in my game. I don't want fucking clones all the time. I hate games with clones. Another big problem with Super Street Fighter 4 is, let's see how many clones there are. They don't all play exactly the same, but they're based upon the same basic moveset. You got Ryu, Ken, Akuma, Dan, and Sakura. I think that's all of them. And then in Arcade Edition, you're going to have Oni Akuma and Evil Ryu. And you have Goken. So that's, you know, 8 characters. that play Shoto style. Too many. I'm sorry, Capcom. That's not a good amount, especially when Super Street Fighter 4, that's pretty much the coolest characters on the roster. Like, is anyone gonna play fucking, what the hell's that guy's name? Hakan? No, throw that guy in the garbage, man. He's a joke. So my game would have a roster of characters that, you know, they all play differently, but they all, you know, can kind of verse each other and always be able to stand a chance. It wouldn't not balance in the you know, the sense that everyone uses it in a fighting game, but there would be some sort of, you know, every character stands a chance. Every character has weapons that they can use. It's not like a fucking joke like Dan, where Dan is just terrible and a waste of space on a game. So, you know, aside from that, there would be supers. No ultras, though. I'm not doing that Super Street Fighter Ultra bullshit. Biggest problem with the ultras in Super Street Fighter 4, I'm only using Super Street Fighter 4 because it's like the biggest example of a fighting game nowadays, and everyone knows it if you play fighting games, and it's easy to compare to. You know, that's pretty much the standard. Is it as good as Street Fighter 4, or is it worse than Street Fighter 4? And my biggest problem with ultras is they are far too invincible in that game. I can't imagine the amount of times where I've, you know, been connecting with, you know, doing like I play Cody in Super Street Fighter 4. So I'll be like, you know, crouch, crouch, punch, punch, and then do like a forward punch, and then swing around for the criminal. Oh, but wait, I didn't do it perfectly, so I dropped like the smallest bit of link, and they can just mash the ultra in there. Even though the criminal ultra is already in the midst of connecting them, they bang out the ultra, I get hit with the ultra, and they get off scot-free. That shit's not happening in my game. My game, you get hit no matter if you're doing a super, a fucking ultra, a great ultra, an ultra ultra. No, if you get hit once, or, you know, if it's a bigger character, maybe like you gotta hit twice before he gets knocked out of it. But that might break the balance too much. So that shit's not happening. I'm making sure this game is more like Garu Mark of Wolves, where no matter if it's an ultra attack or a super ultra attack or whatever the hell you call those moves in Garu, you get hit once, you lose that bar. So it really makes you kind of be more selective with your supers and ultras, instead of, you know, in Super Street Fighter 4 just trying to mash that thing out, because I think everyone does it, you know, in that game, especially with the Shoryukens and shit. My game wouldn't be so much predicated upon overheads and that kind of stuff. I kind of like to play a more ground game, like I said, when I'm playing a fighting game, and I'll take it to the air eventually, but that's just to change things up. So, that would kind of be an important thing. As for like the world that my game would be set in, it'd be fucking manly. I'm tired of the fighting games. No offense, I'm not feminist or any of that bullshit, but I'm tired of these fucking weeaboo games like Arcana Heart, or even Melty Blood, or Street Fighter, or what else is there that has a lot of girl characters? Blaze Blue. Enough with these girl characters with these big ass tits that obviously look like they couldn't fight because they have such big tits and they're not aerodynamic, so they'd just be flopping around all over the place and it'd just be a fucking mess. No. My character is going to be fucking Mark Wahlberg, Bruce Willis, you know, Die Hard, Dirty Harry. Me, I'll be on the fighting roster. It's going to be Kenshiro, is going to be in there, Goku. It's just going to be this off the wall, like, you know what? This is a fighting game. This isn't fucking let's have tea and oh, we can also fight too, like Arcana Heart. Fuck that weeaboo shit. Dude, I'm going in and this game is going to be fucking manly. So yeah, you know, it'll be like set in like some sort of tournament world, yada yada yada. Story doesn't matter in a fighting game. I could care less about that. They can write whatever the hell they want. Blocking in this game isn't going to be like in Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is just, the new Mortal Kombat just pisses me off in terms of blocking. You're not going to be teleporting all over the place, so you need to like block forward and behind. Really, the only way you're going to get behind people is with, you know, the like that dodgy mechanism or jumping in, like air dashing over them and that kind of nonsense. So blocking, it will be an important part of this game, but I think you can play a really offensive game in this game, if that makes sense. But you can also play defensively as you want. I want a game that's very flexible and it'll fit everyone's play style instead of just Street Fighter 4. Oh, you got to play defensive. You can't play really offensive. Well, if you want to play offensive, sure, but you have to really develop your offensive game. I want a game that's simplistic. It'll probably have 4 buttons. Maybe I'll play 3 buttons. Not like Marvel though, like Melty Blood, where it's 3 buttons. So it's simple enough to pick up and play, but there's a lot of depth to the fighting engine, and you can kind of, master it in your own way as you see fit. And a lot of games nowadays don't really do that. They try to make it overly simplistic. Case in point, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That is a very simplistic game. It's not that hard to pick up and master. I picked it up and mastered it in about half an hour. So this would be a game that you'd have to, if you can play it, you could pick it up and enjoy it, like with your friends if you're smoking weed and drinking or whatever, and just play it and have a ball. But I want this game to be, have some depth to it as well. And what else? In terms of like modes and everything, that doesn't really matter. There's like an arcade mode, survival mode. I like a tag mode too. I always like to have co-op in my games. So maybe you can do a 4-on-4, like, you're all on the screen, but you can all, you'll fight 2-on-2 or 3-on-1, or Mortal Kombat did that pretty well. I like survival mode versus mode. Maybe they'll have some sort of like special mode where you can like unlock some stuff, so there's some actual replayability to the game. But I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think of how, how else to describe this game. Like I said, the movesets, it would not be fireball based. It'd be more about like flashy kicks and punches and stuff, and fast fighting. Like I said, I want this game to be very, very fluid. I think it would turn out pretty well if I was given, creative control over a fighting game, and I had a team, and they said, alright, make a good fighting game. I think I could do it, I played a lot of fighting games in my day, and I know it works and I know it doesn't work. Also, there would be a parry system. Yeah, there would definitely be a third strike parry system, because that shit that's a game changer right there, and it allows, even if people are being cheap against you, you don't have to take that shit. Just parry every attack. Just press forward when they're doing a Hadouken and they're shooting a Hadouken in front of you, right before it's in front of you, just tap that forward, bam, locked. Definitely a parry system. Almost can't believe I forgot about that, because I was like one of the main points, when I was thinking about making this video. I was like, I need a parry system. Good thing I didn't forget that. But that's pretty much it. I think I'm really, off the top of my head, I don't think there's anything else that I would put in. There's minor tweaks in that, but that was like pretty much covered what I generally look for in a fighting game. I like a game that's fluid. I like a game that's you can it can be accustomed to any person's play style. And I like a game that's most importantly fun. And Super Street Fighter 4 isn't really that, in my opinion. It's a good game. I enjoy playing it occasionally, but Jesus Christ, does that game annoy the crap out of me sometimes. But I gotta get back to doing homework, guys. I'll do a picks video soon, sometime this week. Finals week is next week, but I'm like going to visit a friend in Vermont and going to a concert and yada yada yada, a few other things. And I will make that video soon. So take it easy, guys.